bad. It can only get worse from here. Why? Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Nerd Stuff. Nerd Stuff is a space where fellow nerds like you and I can gather together and geek out over the nerddom that is music production. As a self-taught producer, I want to share the things that I'm learning on my music production journey with those of you who may find yourselves in the same boat as me. Just a couple of bedroom producers nerding out over the new discoveries that we're making every time we sit down to produce. I don't have all the fanciest gear in the world, but what I do have is a spark of inspiration and a strong sense of delusion. Therefore, I confidently release the music that I make in this room out into the world. Because as we all know, the motto of this channel, no more graveyards on hard drives. But what happens when songs don't ever make it off the hard drive? Folks, you're gonna need to buckle up for this one. We're entering into the Matrix, otherwise known as the hard drive graveyard. Over the summer, I released multiple songs that I had been working on over the course of this year because I had a goal for myself that I wanted to stop letting songs rot away on my hard drive. I know, I am the biggest proponent of not letting songs turn into zombified corpses on your hard drive. But how do you strike that balance between knowing when a song is complete and you're ready to release it into the world, and when a song just maybe needs to die and never see the light of day? I'm gonna open up my oldest sessions on this computer and see if these songs are hopeless or if they have any hope left in them. So the goal in sharing these dusty, crusty songs is not only to give myself a little bit of a proverbial pat on the back, knowing that I've grown as I've embarked on this music production journey, but then in addition to share with you that, you know, sometimes songs just, they don't hit the mark. Without further ado, let's react to some of these old songs and jump into this episode of Nerd Stuff. Okay, let's do this. So the first session that I have open here on my computer is a song called Don't Get Lost in Youth from 2019. First of all, terrible title. Second of all, 2019 was really the start of my music production journey. I was ready and I was very eager to learn, and the best way to learn is to do. So I started producing my own music very heavily that year, and this is what came out.
Time to get out of the pool. Remember what Mama told you. You play by your rules.
Oh my gosh.
Unless you wanna get schooled. So just come back and
Okay, let's try this again. Immediately though, first reactions, that sounds like trash. I have one drum loop, one synthy thing, and then nature sounds, which, what are these nature sounds? Clearly that's adding a lot to the mix. I mean, the instrumentation is fine. It's pretty sparse. Let's see what we got going on this channel strip. Even back then, I was simping for sound toys. We got the setting mild tube box on Decapitator, just on, I'm assuming I didn't make any changes to that, which it sounds fine. It is a little, like right at the beginning, it's...
time to get out of the pool.
Okay. I mean, all things considered, it's not that bad. There is also some warbling happening from the pitch correction.
Play by your rules. Unless you wanna get schooled.
It's very dark, which is fine. I would definitely, if I were working on this now, I would brighten up that vocal a lot. Hold up. I'm back. I distinctly remember when I recorded these vocals, this is my Telefunken M80 dynamic cardioid mic. It's pink. Isn't it cute? Okay, here's the story. I was out of town on a work trip for like 2 weeks, and I was really only working on the weekends, so I had a lot of downtime during the week. So I thought to myself, this is a great time to practice your recording skills and maybe work on some songs. But the one thing that I didn't have when I went on this trip was a windscreen of any kind. I put the mic under my shirt and just sang like that the whole trip. And that's why it sounds like I'm singing through a sock. It's because it's not a sock, but it's sock adjacent. So bad. Okay, let's keep going. Let's listen more. There's supposed to be reverb, but it's unauthorized at the moment. I was gonna say, why is it so dry? Knee-jerk reaction, this song will not see the light of day. I think the original concept was supposed to be like, you know, as you get older, you have to take responsibility for your life. Adulthood, I don't know, sounds really preachy. Yeah, the chorus is really lame. It's just really lame. So that's this song. I would probably rate this about a 4 out of 10. It's not that bad, but this song, unfortunately, is going to remain dead in the hard drive graveyard. Would you like to say a few words? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to honor the memory of Don't Get Lost in Youth. May she be missed. Amen. Let's move on to the next song. It can only get worse from here. The next session that I have open is titled Good Love, and it's from 2019, the same trip that I wrote the other song on. So it's bound to be good. I remember being on this trip feeling really intimidated at the prospect of producing something on my own, but I was really excited to do it too. And I think that that's a good sign if you are just starting out in production too. If you're feeling like your songs aren't exactly hitting the mark, or you just feel like you're constantly struggling more than you're succeeding, don't give up. It's so hard at the beginning, especially if you don't have a unit around you of people that you can ask questions or bounce ideas off of. Reminiscing on that time for me, I can already see that I was learning some new things, because if you look at this session, look what I did. I organized a me after my own heart. Just because I organized though doesn't mean it's gonna sound any good. So let's see what it sounds like.
Has the sun gone down yet? 'Cause where I'm at is still high, slowly passing the time. Have you gone to bed yet? 'Cause where I'm at, I'm still up, and I really miss you.
Initial thoughts, it's boring. I have synth bass from Alchemy. I have Logic electric piano again. And it looks like I have a retro synth thing happening later. I like that these things are like taking up a lot of the same space, and I didn't EQ them really at all. Synth is really doing a lot for the mix, which is cool. It also looks like the chords don't change at all the entire time, because I have this electric piano thing looped, which is fine. I have plenty of songs where the chords don't change at all, but just considering how the beat doesn't change, the chords don't change, there's only like 2 instruments happening, it's pretty boring. Although I do have some background vocals. Let's hear what the background vocals are doing.
No, the good love is coming my way. Good love is coming my way. Good love is coming my way. Good love, yeah.
What's happening over here?
Like it.
megaphone moment. If I were working on this now, I'm realizing how out of sync my background vocals are. You guys know I put a lot of background vocals on my songs. Over the years that I've done that, I have trained myself to, at least to the best of my ability, line up my background vocals as much as possible so I don't have to use a software system like VocalLine. I just try really hard to line up my breaths, my vibrato, my notes and swoops and all that kind of stuff. Does it work out perfectly every time? No, because I'm only a human. But it's funny listening to this and knowing now what I know 6 years later, these background vocals are a mess and they're very distracting to the main vocal because they're not aligned. My vibrato is all over the place, my breaths are all over the place, I'm pitchy. Not good, not good. Let's see what's happening with this electric piano. There's nothing on it, not EQ, no effects, nothing, but there is a lot of chorus, which I don't think I love. I would take that off now if I were working on this. And then let's see what's happening with the bass. I've got chorus on the bass too. We just loved chorus that day. Okay, that's the song Good Love. Here's a bonus. I'll show you this. Don't save. There's no need. When I was on this trip, I remember writing 4 songs. Only one of them actually made it off the hard drive. Does that mean that it was a good one? Not necessarily, but we'll get to that. But this song, I knew that I wanted to have organic instruments on it. And so the first logical step that I had thought of was it needs drums. So I actually paid my friend to record drums for me. This is what that looks like. I think the reason I didn't follow through with 3 out of 4 of the songs that I worked on this trip is because I think I bit off more than I could chew. I just don't think I had a realistic expectation for myself of what I could achieve and what would be overwhelming for me. And I remember looking at this and feeling overwhelmed. If you're feeling overwhelmed in your sessions, I think probably the best thing to do is maybe take a little bit of a break. The break for me lasted years, but a break could be good to just help you step away, get some fresh perspective, and then who knows, when you come back and maybe you worked on a different project in the meantime, you may have a little bit more knowledge that helps you move the project along further. But also, collaboration is one of the best remedies to anxiety and being overwhelmed. It's really hard to work on things all by yourself, especially when you're first starting out. So don't be afraid of showing people your sessions. I know it can feel a little bit like you're putting your heart out there. You know, you're just setting yourself up for maybe some unhelpful criticism. But if you're working with your friends, then hopefully there's a level of trust there that you know they just want what's best for you. They want to help you. So collaboration is key when you're first starting out. I think I was just trying to push myself to do something that I wasn't ready to do yet, and I paid the cost for it, literally. I wasted money on these drums. Am I glad that I paid my friend as opposed to just buying some useless piece of software or gear that I no longer use? Yeah, so it's not a total loss, but it definitely wasn't a wise investment. So just something to think about when you're first starting out. No more waiting. Let's see what this sounds like. What is this? Why? Still just that electric piano with too much chorus and nothing else. It sounds so bad. Hi. Sorry, jump scare. I wanted to point out one thing that I failed to mention while I was recording. The reason I'm being so critical about these songs is not because it's my intention to vilify simplicity or make it seem like simplicity isn't good enough. At the time when I was making these songs, I fully thought that they were like done in the form that they're in right now that you're listening to, save for maybe a few tweaks and slight finessing, which is obviously why I abandoned the project, because that was too much for me. Just wanted to say that if these were demos, then this would be perfectly acceptable, but I really did think that they were like done and ready to go out into the world, and I just wouldn't think that way now. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I've just been in this liminal space ever since our first interaction. I'm gonna go back to maybe existing or maybe not. Okay, bye. Okay, let's listen to some of the other instruments and just see what they sound like. Bounced it with that chorus. Why? I don't know. This thing that's adding so much is still there too. Shade of dirt. It looks like apart from adding real drums, I did absolutely nothing else when it comes to production. All the vocals are the same. All the synths are the same. Everything is the same except for the drums. Let's just listen through like the chorus at the end and see.
Then I know the good life is coming my way.
As someone really eloquently put on one of my other videos on my channel, we are not making it out of the graveyard hard drive with this one. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Okay, now that I've shown you some songs that will not be making it, let me show you the one that did make the cut. Okay, so this is the song that did make the cut out of the 4 that I wrote. The reason why I wanted to show it to you is because I'm proving my point that I had definitely bitten off more than I could chew. I commissioned my friend Spencer to mix this song for me. Otherwise, this song never would have come out. I just wanted to prove that I'm right. I'm just kidding, but actually really though. You always need friends at any stage, at any age, but especially when you're first starting out, just get your friends to help you. Take that pride and smash it. You don't need it. It's only going to make things harder for you. Throw it away. Here's the song. I'll just play you a little bit of it.
Is there anybody out there who can tell me the way to go? Or would they have the winning hand so it won't show?
I'm realizing that that's the same electric piano that I used on all of the other songs. I did not change that. I'm sure that my friend Spencer doctored it up a little bit and made it sound better, but those are new drums, new bass, and new guitar. Same vocals. The shirt vocals, that's that. Here's what happens when you get demoitis. You get so attached to the performance or feeling of any given part of the song, and then when you go to replace it, it doesn't sound the same anymore. And you want to go back to the old thing, even though it's not the best. And that's what happened here. Luckily, my friend Spencer is very kind, and he was just like, yeah, whatever you want to do, that's fine. And he made it work. He made the vocals sound as best as they possibly could. But there are so many artifacts in my vocal that you can hear. I tried to re-sing the main vocal, and then I was just like, it doesn't sound as good, I don't like it. So be careful with how much you listen to a demo, otherwise you might have a case of demoitis and then inflict your demo vocal onto the unassuming public and make them suffer for it. Let's go to a bigger part of the song. Wait, hold up. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I didn't mix it though, so that's probably why. Let's keep listening.
Night from day, I've been wasting all my time in baggage claim. So if you need me, you can find me finding my own way.
right? Wow. Okay, objectively, are there things that I would change about this song now? Yeah, for sure. But I will say, for being a song that was birthed out of this period of time that you heard what the other songs sound like, the moral of the story is that this song is an achievement because I swallowed my pride, I asked for help, and then look what happened. A cool song came out of it. Let all of this be a testament to you that, number one, sometimes it's okay to let songs rot away in the graveyard hard drive. Number two, ask for help when you need it because the collaborative process is one of the most rewarding parts of music production. And number three, it's totally up to you whether you want to remove your old, cringy, crusty, dusty songs or keep them up because at the end of the day, all they really represent is progress. Whether you want to enjoy that progress privately or publicly, that's entirely up to you. That does it for this episode of Nerd Stuff. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not joined the Nerd Stuff community yet, please consider subscribing to my channel and becoming the biggest nerd of all. And of course, giving the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. This was fun and embarrassing. And unfortunately, I have so many more songs that are rotting away on the hard drive that maybe some of them deserve to see the light of day. Maybe some of them don't. So let me know if you enjoyed this. I don't really know what else to say. Oh, I should do a thumbnail. One of those. Bye. See you next time.